Let's start again. Again. I start again in an incredibly large amount of times when I make these videos. I had a drone flying mishap earlier this week, and in this video I'm going to talk about what happened, why it happened, and how I really could have avoided it. So this is the DJI Mavic Pro without any propellers or battery attached. This is the camera and gimbal that should be attached to the front of it, like so. I crashed the drone at 40 miles per hour into a grassy field, which is utterly ridiculous. It wasn't even like I was trying some daring feat of aerial photography. I literally crashed into the earth, the biggest object in my environment. I'm making this video to highlight my own stupidity, and maybe if you're seeing this, you can, and you are a drone flyer, you can understand what to avoid when flying the drone and what to really pay attention to when you don't fly in maybe a manner that you're used to. What happened was I went out flying with my friend Sean to a local playing field, which is about 20 minutes away from my home. It's the closest place that I can fly to where I live because I live right next to an airport, so I had to drive there 20 minutes outside town. Not a problem, but I was looking forward to having like a good 45 minutes with the 3 batteries that I had to fly. When we got there, we were taking off from a grassy area, which meant that the landing gear that comes attached to the Mavic Pro was slightly too short, meaning that the blades were chopping into the grass every time I turned them on. So in order to combat that, I used these little things, which are detachable or attachable. I suppose they're attachable because they're not part of the drone itself. Landing gears, which you pop on the front like that, and it gives you a little bit, maybe like 1.5 inches more clearance from the ground, so that if you are flying on gravel or grass, you can start the propellers without having any stoppages or blockages. So I popped those on. This one goes on the back, and away I went, and I took off. So I was flying quite high up, quite far out, but it turned out that it was quite a windy day and the wind was affecting the flight somewhat. So I decided I'd bring it back down because I wasn't very happy with the way things were going, and fly it a little more close to the ground and around my immediate vicinity. That can be a little bit boring when you're just flying in the normal mode, so I decided to flip it into sport mode. If you didn't know, sport mode means you can fly much faster, but it turns off all the sensors on the Mavic Pro itself, which means that the front sensors weren't working and the bottom sensors weren't working. All those things combined, the additional height of the legs and the sensors not working, led to me crashing the drone at 40 miles per hour, literally into the field. I was flying very low, as you can see here, very low to the ground. I wasn't really paying much attention to what was happening on the screen of the phone itself. We were just enjoying flying, and what happened is this, not realizing or not remembering the additional 1.5 inches of plastic on the bottom, hit the grass and the drone just span out. You could see from the screen recording of the phone as I was flying, when the drone hits, the little arrow that indicates the direction the drone's flying in just spins out. Instantly I had a bit of a nervous panic and I laughed. I don't think it's funny by any means, it's utterly ridiculous. I'm out a hell of a lot of money now just because of my own stupidity. But yeah, as soon as the drone hit, I realized that something had gone wrong. The screen was still showing an image, but the image wasn't moving. So I didn't know what had happened until I went to find the drone. This is where the GPS location came in handy, because I had no idea where the drone was. It was a fair distance away from me in this field, but obviously, like I said, it was grassy, so the drone had sort of rolled off and fallen into a place that wouldn't be easily viewable. So I had to use the GPS location of where I was and the GPS location of the drone, because it was still powered on and kicking out a GPS signal. Eventually found the drone and then realized that the camera had detached. Jeez, I'm not being careful lately. And it's completely broken. You can see there the wires are all severed. I think the parts that held the gimbal plate onto the drone are all it's screwed. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, I located all the pieces, popped it back together as best I could, obviously without the camera because there's nothing I can do about that. Turned the drone off and then attempted to restart it and see if it flies. And at the moment, this flies perfectly well. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the drone itself besides the camera missing. There were a few chunks out of a couple of the propeller blades, but nothing major, and I've got spares anyway. So as it stands, I can still fly the drone, it just doesn't have a camera attached to it. So where's the fun in that? Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is maybe send this off to DJI to see if they can repair it for me and how much that would cost, or maybe like try and find a local repair center that'll do it for me. but I'm guessing it'll be around £300 to repair this. What a ridiculous mistake. It was purely because I was flying with hubris and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So please don't make that mistake. If you invest your hard-earned cash into something like this, and I've had it for about 2 years, and it's been great fun. You know, I've used it maybe not as much as I should or could have, but it's just a shame that I was recently getting back into using it, and I completely messed up. But yeah, if you're going to invest your hard-earned money into something like this, please pay attention to what you're doing when you're flying. I wasn't putting anyone else in danger or at risk, but I've ended up costing myself quite a lot of money. And the other potentially ridiculously stupid thing that I've done, which is a little more thought out than that was, is I've already purchased a replacement Mavic Air, which is coming today. I keep refreshing Amazon's an incredible service. I ordered the replacement yesterday and it's already on the way today, and I ordered it quite late, like about 5 p.m. But it says here it's out for delivery, so I'm just waiting here today to retrieve the new one, because I want to go out and fly it. It's a beautiful weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend, which means you've got 3 days off instead of 2. I want to get out and flying. So yeah, I did a maybe stupid thing and already purchased a replacement on a whim, which is ridiculous, I know, but it's addictive and it's my hobby and I love it. So maybe not the best financial plan, but you only live once, I guess. I can't endorse that message. A lot of my other videos are on about saving money, and I've just spent nearly £900. But I will say it's £900 that I had saved. It's not £900 on a credit card or that I borrowed from somewhere else. It is my money. I've essentially borrowed from my future self, which is not a good idea, but I've done it because I don't think things through clearly. Clearly. Anyway, that's it for me today. At the end of this video, I'm going to put the entire crash sequence just for your viewing pleasure, just to laugh at what a ridiculous person I was. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, sharing this video. This channel is growing bit by bit and I'm really excited about that. Have a wonderful weekend and we will speak soon, no doubt. Fly safe. I have crashed it.
You have? Have you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Shit.
Is it dead?
I don't know.
What have you crashed it into?
I'm gonna go and find it.